Hey, beautiful people. It is Wednesday, so you know what that means. It is time for Vonza Unlocked. And I have a very special guest for you guys today on the show. So, for all of my aspiring models, model coaches, all of the people that kind of fall into that area, this is for you because I have the fabulous coach, that's Brickell on today's episode, and she's going to give you guys all of the tea on how you can be a model as well as how she runs her business on the back end for all of my coaches. So let's bring her on today. Here we go. Hey,
Hey,
Brickell.
how are you, Anisha? Thank you so
I
much
am
for having
awesome.
me.
Well, it is a pleasure to have you on, of course. So for all of those that do not know you, give the rundown. Like, who is Brickell French?
Yes. So thank you again for having me. I am Model Coach Brickell French. I am, I started off as a model in college, um, but now I am more of a coach. I've been coaching since 2021 and kind of having that mantle of helping others because what's the point of having the knowledge and experience if you don't give it back? So this has kind of really been my purpose in helping coaching models, especially like the newer models that are coming to the industry that really don't know where to go. They know they want to do modeling, they know they like it, but it's kind of like, what's next? How do I navigate? That's where I come in. And I absolutely love it. Like I still model myself, so I'm not retired, but I absolutely do enjoy helping newer models explore the industry.
Awesome, awesome. Now, I remember when I used to go to my little modeling classes. I don't even know if this is still even around. I think it was called like John Casablanca or whatever.
Yes,
And I did like a
they
little
are
photo
still
shoot and all this
around.
stuff. I never did anything after that.
And
But
that is
it was
okay.
fun.
Yes, yes.
And I got to learn how to kind of do a little bit of my makeup from that class. But besides that, I am not the I'm going to beat my whole face kind of girl. I
Right.
mean, I can't, I'm not that skilled, but I try. I try.
Understood, understood. And you actually brought up a great point though. I help the models that don't just want to do it for fun. They want to take it more serious. They want to figure out how to make it a career. And that's where I come in to help guide them, figure out a strategy plan, and make it worth their time.
Awesome. Awesome. So, as a model yourself, as well as building a business to help other aspiring models, and my influencers, guys, you guys should be making sure that you're writing down these points. Make sure you guys are sharing this episode. Tag one of your BFFs that needs to listen to what Brickell has to say. Tag them to this episode. But what does a typical day look like for you?
Great question. So a typical day looks like for me, I do a lot. Well, thanks to COVID, I have switched my business to being more online. So that includes reaching out to people. Of course, social media is everything. So if you're a model and you're not on social media, what you doing? Uh, so definitely being on social media, reaching out organically, running ads and things like that, but I do a lot of maintaining my systems, making sure everything that I've set up is actually running appropriately. So I have different triggers that are set up. So when somebody responds or comments or sends a message to me, then it's automatically engaging. So that's something that I've definitely built over time.
Awesome, awesome. So you're kind of touching on a little bit of tools that you're using on the back end. So like you have a entire university. It's virtual, so you can pretty much work with people from anywhere, correct?
That's absolutely right.
Guys,
Yes.
so it doesn't matter. Like she said, it doesn't matter where you are. So tell us, like, what is your university called? And what is something that you find in your day to day that's a little bit challenging when it comes down to running your university?
Great question. Yeah, so I actually have the Models University. It is an online university. I typically focus on the people that are located within the United States. I just found that to be kind of easier with my personal capacity at the moment. There's a lot of people that have touch base internationally that is looking for help too, but it's just having that specific focus is a lot of just just helps people out a lot more. But yes, being able to have like my targeted I'm losing my words here.
That's okay. That's okay.
Having that targeted focus, because within the Models University, like how I mentioned, we're able to help models all across the US. So I have ads running or different groups that I'm in, and I actually currently have some clients that are in Texas, North Carolina. So it doesn't matter the modeling industry focus that you're currently in, you can still always get started. And you can reach out to me, and you within the Models University, you learn not just how to pose, how to walk, but you also learn the inner workings of yourself to understand who you are first, because there's no point of learning how to get your face beat and look pretty if you're messed up inside. So within the Models University, we definitely help people grow themselves and then having to navigate the industry like a business. So it's not just a hobby. But within those systems that we have in place, touching base through email, touching base through text message, and things like that to keep you involved, keep you excited, and keep your modeling career moving forward.
Awesome, awesome. Now, you kind of touched a little bit on social media earlier. So, what are some strategies that you suggest for your, your aspiring models, your aspiring influencers that they do to get the attention that they need?
Absolutely. I feel like a lot of people, they just post and say, okay, well, this is good enough. I'm out there. But sometimes you have to kind of go get it. So if there is a goal that you have in mind, let's say you want to be on the cover of XYZ magazine, or you want to work for a specific brand, go after it. Get on their page, see who they are engaging with, go to their website, appeal to them, even send them a message and say, hey, I'm interested. How can I work with you? But don't appear thirsty, appear like a professional. Because there's a lot of people that's just like, oh my gosh, I've been following you forever, never, 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 never. And it's just kind of like, okay, like, what do you want from me? But if you present yourself as an asset and you really take the time to see if you can, I like to get on the phone. So I'm just like, hey, is there a time we can book? I would love to have a 15-minute call to understand your needs and see how I can serve you as a model. Just so it'll be more of a professional conversation instead of just, I take cute pictures, I want to wear your free clothes. It's a different conversation. But I always suggest having a strategy and going out there and messaging them. I mean, there's no harm in that. So
All right, awesome. Now, are there any things that you would say that you should have in place before reaching out, like a media kit, or just talk a little bit more about building a personal brand, just like in general?
absolutely. So I'm going to talk on 2 points of that. So first off, out the gate, you're not going to have everything that you need, and it's okay, but you can still start from somewhere. But I definitely suggest at least you have, if you don't already have like a website, excuse me, if you don't already have like a website that has your portfolio or comp card on it, then it's okay. But I suggest at least you have some basic photos for your comp card, and that's just solid black, solid white background. You can have on your black tank tops and jeans, just to kind of give the person an idea of how you look without all of the makeup, hair, and everything. So they can kind of see who you are. So a comp card is kind of like number one basis. However, if you have more experience and you've been in the industry at least a little bit, then I would suggest, yes, you have a website, even if it's a landing page that has like your comp card, it has your portfolio, your measurements, your height, location, contact information. All that stuff is definitely important. And make sure that it has your name and not just nickname where it's kind of like, is this professional? Not really. So own your identity. Um, Also, if you have like some other skills, if you sing, if you dance, have that stuff too, but just make sure that it's in alignment with your brand and how you want to present yourself, because what you put out there is what you're going to get back. So if you're going to be looking crazy, then they're not going to take you serious. So
Absolutely. Absolutely love it. And guys, she mentioned having a website. Like if you are building a personal brand, you definitely need to make sure that you are owning your name. Like I own lanishaholland.com. Like, and Vonza, because we know we are on Vonza Unlocked, guys, gives you the tools that you need to build a website for yourself, and have all of your contact information on there. And you don't have to spend a whole lot of money on getting a website. There's so many different resources out there for you, but you can actually try Vonza for free. If you go to vonza.com and sign up for a free trial, play around with it. It's very user friendly, and get that website up so that you can be taken more seriously as a model, as a rising influencer, and all of that amazing stuff.
yes.
So, Brickell, I have some, a couple of rapid fire questions for you today.
All
So,
right.
if you could personally coach whether it's a current model or someone from the past, who would it be?
Ooh, if I could coach, because the models that I'm thinking of, they don't need coaching. They are already like honey. Um,
Well, they probably are amazing, but you're the amazing model coach. Like if okay, let's say if they were just starting out, who would you want to coach?
just starting out, I'm gonna say if Tyra Banks was just starting out, I would love to coach her. Um, Even Naomi Campbell. I mean, even though they are big icons, yes. So people are gonna be like, what? But that's who they are now. But just starting out, just kind of giving them that advice of safety in the industry, because when you just go all in, and because I know even with Tyra Banks' story, she just went all in and said, okay, I'm just going to go for it, live however, but I'm going to make it. There's a lot of dangers in the industry, so just kind of having that um, person to kind of make sure you're safe, and like, hey, this seems like to be a red flag. Should I do it or not? Because a lot of people don't have that, but I would love to coach the younger version of them, not now, because they're good to go.
Awesome, awesome. Now, I love Naomi Campbell, but I also definitely love Tyra Banks. She's one of my favorites,
Yeah.
because she had America's Next Top Model. She also has an ice cream brand that I have yet to try. So she has
Okay.
transitioned into this whole just you know business mogul, and I
Mhm.
love it. She took her personal brand and expanded it into like all of these different areas, which
Yes.
is absolutely amazing. And I love her content too, when she's sharing her journey about the ice cream brand, all of that stuff. So
Yeah, and I think a lot of people get so sidetracked with just being a model that there's so much to them that I definitely encourage them within the Model University to highlight those aspects of yourself. So if you can design, if you can do this, if you can do that, include it, not all at once, because people can be like, okay, so what do you do? But you can still have those parts of yourself included in your journey. So that makes you stand apart. So
awesome,
absolutely.
awesome. So as the influencer that you are, I absolutely first and foremost love the earrings. But
Yeah.
what is one thing as a fashion icon that you are just like, I have to have this in my, my closet, my go-to? Like what is that item for you?
Um, well, I always say earrings, even though it's not like clothing, but I am an earring girly. Like having no hair now, I love me a bold earring. Like that's it doesn't matter what I'm really wearing, I can dress it up with a nice earring.
Okay.
So yeah,
I got it. I got it. I'm like, my earrings
very
on.
nice, very nice. Yes.
Okay, so what are three? I mean, I know we kind of already touched on a lot so far, but what's three tips that you can give to the person who is, whether they just, take on the title of I'm a Instagram model or I am your traditional type model? Like, what are three tips that you can give someone?
First one is have a goal. Because I feel like a lot of people just get caught up in posting or whatever. But it's like, what's the end goal? What's the strategy behind it? Number two, I would say don't be afraid to ask because a lot of people just like, oh no, I can do it all by myself. No, it takes a village, not just to raise a kid, but to have a business, to have a growing, inspiring mission. And number three, hmm, work with me, Model Coach Brickell. Follow me at That's Brickell on Instagram and every other platform.
Okay, I was going to say, like, so how does one work with you? Like, is there, I mean, you just said, contact you on social media, but what's the website that they need to go to? How do they get on your email list? And all of that good stuff.
Absolutely. Thank you for asking that. So you can go to workwithbrickell.com. That is WORKWITHBRICKELL.com. And that will get you into learning more about the Models University and what I have to offer. But also you can follow me or you can go to That's Brickell. That's where you can find about me as a model, my portfolio, and things like that. Um, and you can also go on Instagram and just comment newsletter on any of the photos. And you can get on my email list to receive all of my Where's the Casting Wednesday notifications. Actually, today's Wednesday, so I'll be sending it out today. So you can get all of the castings that I find, then you guys will have direct to your email. Some is international, some is domestic, but you definitely don't want to miss out on the castings.
Awesome. Now, guys, see, she is using automated tools to help her grow her business.
Yes.
So for my coaches, whether you're a modeling coach that you tune into this or any type of coach, you have to have these systems in place because you cannot be sitting on your phone 24/7 responding to, DMs and things like that. But when you have things in place, especially like, a automated system that responds to messages or your email list, all of those things, it makes running your business so much easier. Because
Yes.
let's face it, you have modeling jobs to go on if you're a coach and you're still modeling. And you probably have, your personal life, your family, all of that stuff. So you need to be able to make sure that you have systems in place so that things can keep moving when you yourself are not available. And since we're talking about this, social media is a very big part of our day-to-day lives. And you see so many, I guess you would say that they are influencers taking on brand deals and things like that. Like, and I know that you yourself have been a brand ambassador for things like, can you talk a little bit more about that?
Absolutely. So brand ambassadors are fun. I think you should still have a focus. I always say that because people can bring you anything. And if you don't have something that you stand for, you fall for anything. I'm sure we've all heard that. But being able to say what you want out of the brand ambassador deal is definitely important. Like I have done brand ambassadors for jewelry, for skincare, for clothing, and just a bunch of different brands. Actually, I'm an ambassador currently for the Orly Cancer Research Foundation. So just making sure that what you are partnering with is in alignment with who you are and what you want to be doing in the industry. And yeah, it's a very good way to build those relationships and partnerships because you having one person that you're connected to is actually being connected with their whole network. So you definitely want to make sure that you are taking advantage of those opportunities and responding to the emails and having that clear communication when having the brand ambassador opportunities.
Awesome. Now, I get so many DMs where people, and it looks like it is a fake account, telling me to, if you're interested, we're going to send you some free clothes, some free jewelry. Contact this account. And I'm like, this is a
Yes,
scam.
yes. So
Like,
that is a scam. That is a scam. Yes, there are a lot of those out there.
black. You are black. So how can you avoid those types of scam things that pop up? And when you are just starting out, you're like, I want to work with brands, but how do you avoid those that are trying to scam you?
Great question. And yes, I get those all the time too. First thing that I would suggest, and like anything, whether it's coming to your email or social media, do your research before clicking on any of the links that it tells you to go to. Type it in yourself and see if it's an actual working page, working website. Then if it's not, or if it's brand new, or if you can go and scroll and their account has been open for like a month, I wouldn't do it. If nobody follows, I wouldn't do it. So just kind of having that discernment and research intuition definitely will save you a lot of headaches, because I have gotten a lot of legitimate ones. I've gotten even more illegitimate, just like, let me see if this agency is even real. A lot of times it will look like the agency, but they just copied all of their stuff. So make sure that you are going to the actual licensed direct page, because even they will say, hey, there are scams out there. Make sure you flag them if you see them. So don't get too excited just yet. Do your research first. So yeah.
That is great advice. Don't be getting scammed, guys. Like,
Yeah.
nobody has time for that at
And
all
don't
whatsoever.
don't send no money. Don't send your account. If they're talking about, and one of the things that I actually test too is if we can hop on a Zoom. I get some emails and I'm just like, okay, yeah, that sounds great. I have availability to talk here or here. Do either one of these times work for you to hop on a Zoom? I can send the link. And if they're just like, oh, don't worry about that, and you can just do this, nah. Listen to what they're saying, and if their email name isn't legitimate, like if it's like a personal.gmail, or if it's not like the actual business, then that may be a red flag too. So just kind of have your discernment flag up.
All right. Awesome. Now it is time to play Two Truths and a Lie. So,
Ooh.
Brickell, please give our audience that is watching two truths and a lie. Make sure that you're mixing it up. And you guys, your job is to comment on which one you think is the lie here. All right. So let's have it. What do you got for us?
All right. So my two truths and a lie. I am originally from France. I have been modeling for over 15 years. I have a child.
Okay. So I'm pretty sure I know what it is, but I'm not going to say what I think it is, because I'm going to let you guys guess, because that would be me giving it away, since I know her. All right, but anything else that you want to tell us about, like what's next, what's currently going on for those that are interested in working with you as a coach?
Absolutely. So I am always on a rolling enrollment for the Models University. So if you are interested in learning how to get in the industry, learning how to figure out your next steps and work the industry like a business, instead of you just taking on any and every photo shoot opportunity and getting tired and burnt out, then definitely you want to work with me. So go to www.workwithbrickell.com, and I'm always here. Want those castings? Comment newsletter on any of my pieces of content on Instagram, and stay connected.
All right, awesome. So that is what I have for you guys. And before we sign off, if you have not already done so, make sure that you are signing up for the Make Money Online virtual challenge that we have going on. It is our summit. It's 3 days. It is from March 19th. So, guys, this is next week and it's completely free. You just have to make sure that you are registered. So, from March 19th through the 21st, you have the opportunity to sit in, and yes, you can have access to the replay if you're not available. With a bunch of industry leaders, we are going to be talking about, mindset, AI, marketing, sales, all of these things that you need to successfully make money online, whether you have a current business or you're just starting out. You want to make sure that you are tuned in for the summit, and you do that by going to vonzasummit.com. And one more time, that's vonzasummit.com, absolutely free. And I will be seeing you guys next week. We will not have a episode of Vonza Unlocked. Why? Because I will be hosting the summit. So make sure you guys are tuning in and make sure you guys are reaching out to Brickell, and we will see you guys later. Bye.
Thank you for having me.